What is your name and your role in Crossroads?
Okay, my names are Onihana Sade Akan. I am the manager of incoming
Okay, very
of
good.
incoming in Crossroads.
Do you feel that there's a link between culture and poverty?
Yeah, yeah, I think so because poverty comes from mindsets. Poverty comes from mindsets. Then also culture. Um, the culture. Let me define culture for you first. Culture is the way of life of a people. So the way of life of thinking is also part of what lead to poverty. So culture and culture and poverty have a link together, which is a mindset. It's a mindset, the way you reason, the way you live your life. So that's what I can say for that.
Okay. So what do you think are some common misconceptions about poverty?
Like in can I use my own country? Okay, let me use my own country as an example. My country, we have a lot of natural resources. I'm from Nigeria. We have a lot of natural resources, but the government we have in powers, or the leaders are not managing well, are not managing the resources we have well. So that is what led to a lot of people seeking for greener pasture outside the country because of the economic situation in the country.
Okay. Do you feel empathy towards people in poverty?
Yeah, that was why I came to help in Crossroads because I felt there's need to eradicate poverty, and where I cannot go, but my efforts that I've put in place in Crossroads can help, and they have been a good news all
Okay.
about how we help people.
So what sort of inconveniences or disadvantages do you believe poor people face in their lives?
Some of them face fear, some of them face humiliation, and some of them face stigmatization, and some of them face how will I put it, lack of belonging because they cannot belong to where others are. For instance, we have class of people, the rich, the poor, and stuff like that. So poor people cannot move together or stay same place where the rich are.
Okay. So why aren't some people willing to take action to help those in poverty?
Yeah, because they have gone through it. Like for me, I've gone through poverty a lot. So if my coming to Crossroads to help people in poverty is because I have the mind, I have the vision to to eradicate poverty in my own way. So that is why I am here doing what I'm doing to eradicate poverty in some countries that I need.
Very good. If people truly knew about poverty,
Yep.
about people in poverty, do you think that they will be able to emphasize and take action?
Yeah, if they are enlightened about poverty, about way forward in their life, about how to eradicate poverty in their lives, why not? They will do it.
Mm. Are people in poverty necessarily lazy, or is it the burdens that they face, such as housing prices, or that suppress them into poverty, and why?
For instance, it's not. Sometimes there's a belief we have in. Let me put it in Africa that cut your coat according to your size. You cannot live in mansion while your salary engine is low. You tend to live where your salary can afford because you have a family. So without so doing, you stand a chance of gaining a lot. That is, if you live where your salary can't. But if you live where, let me give you an instance now. A guy collecting like 10,000 salary in Hong Kong cannot go to Central or Peak to rent a house. Why? Because the rent is too much. So he will tend to rent houses in this locally area where he can be paying like 5,000 at least. Himself and his family can use the remaining 5,000 as feeding and the rest. So with that, he can live his life.
Okay. And last question:
Okay.
what are the basic needs to survive in Hong Kong and third world countries?
For me, I cannot say much on Hong Kong because one, Hong Kong is Hong Kong is just like a tourist country. Where people come and the rate of working is, how want to put it, is good, but the tendency and the the eagerness of people to work are there, but the jobs,
Yeah.
the jobs are not too there for the people, and it's for them to create more lucrative jobs. Yeah, and to make life easy for the people living in Hong Kong, and also foreigners who wants to choose Hong Kong as their living place. Yeah, so that's what I can say for now.
Okay. Well, thank you. Okay. So, do you believe that global organizations like the United Nations is doing enough, and NGOs as well?
For me, I would say no, because um, eradicating poverty is something that has to start from the grassroots, not from the upper. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Um, for instance, you can't just eradicate poverty from the top. You have to start from the grassroots. The grassroots is the poor, that is the people in the community, people in the villages, and then yeah, from there you can aim at them. From there, start going up, then you get to the top. So for me, UN should go to the grassroots. If they want to eradicate something like that, they should go to the grassroots to pick up the pieces and start it off from there.
So, what was your life in poverty like?
The water you guys drink healthy is not the water we drink. The water we drink is like chocolates. You know, chocolate color. That is the water we drink, and we still survive. But some people will not survive it. Some people survive it. And yet I am. So that's the rate of poverty that we were facing back home, and it was something. Even eating a square meal a day was so difficult, and then finding, and there was not like hospital. Giving birth to me was I was given to birth at home, not even at hospital, because we couldn't afford the payment of the hospital bill. So that was why I was giving birth at home, and I couldn't put on pampers. Our pampers was wrecked from clothes, stuff like this. They will tie it off, use it as pampers, as diapers. Let me call it diapers. So that was how the rate of poverty I faced was.
So, are you saying the place you were born in, Nigeria, had no had limited basic needs?
Yeah, we have a lot. We are suffering a lot. As I'm talking to you currently, as I'm talking to you now, my own village is going through war. We are fighting war with the next neighbor. Why? Because of tussle of land. Land is what is making communities to fight. So that is what is happening. If I was in my village currently, I could have been going for the war. Maybe I'll be shot there, or I'll have to kill somebody too for my own survival. Yeah, so that is to show the rate of poverty, because land is essential, because you grow farm stuff and then food there. So that's what is leading to communities clash in my own country, and the poverty rate is not good. Economy is down.
Oh, there are people from different social classes, like rich, middle class, and do you think they know enough about poverty and what it's really like to experience poverty?
Yeah, I believe most of these people who have made it in life, they all have a story to tell. For instance, the guy that owned Alibaba, you know, the app called Alibaba, yeah, his story wasn't that good. This guy, Bill Gates, his story wasn't that good. And most people, I can keep mentioning names that their storyline coming up wasn't that good. They were poor. So you can't just grow overnight and become famous. No, you have to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere from a scratch. That's where you start them achieve. So everybody pass through poverty to achieve what he or she is today.